So it's 2021 and I'm making this video as a quick kind of how you as a photographer or whoever's watching can kind of build your name and build your portfolio as a photographer. And it's very simple, and I never thought of this until someone on Instagram told me about it. But if you're into car photography like me, I guess this is the most simplest way of doing so. Facebook is your best friend. Ever since I started Facebook, I thought it was for old people and for moms to connect with other moms, do all that sort of stuff. So when I thought of Facebook, that's what I thought of when I first created it, and I slowly started to realize there's a lot of communities you can join, like car photography communities, portrait photography communities, anything of the sort you can probably find. And what I started to do here in 2021 is the couple of car photography communities I've joined. A lot of people will post, here's a raw photo, if I can get your email, I can send you raw photos. And people will literally just give you raw photos that you can edit. And as long as you feel confident in editing, doing this, I feel, can really help build you as a photographer. Not necessarily in photography itself, but building on your editing skills, because in my opinion, car photography specifically, it's more or less the angle of which you get the car. I have felt that most shots you get out of your camera are going to be absolutely boring until you go into Lightroom, until you go into Photoshop and you edit those photos. That's when it starts to come together. And so when people have already taken that shot and want you or whoever to edit them, it really builds your editing skills and builds your editing style to where when you take your photos and you want to go in and edit your car photos, you already gain these skills and you're building on these skills, and it kind of really helps to, so whenever you want, I suggest you go onto Facebook, you join a car community, and I can guarantee you most people, or there's a lot of people on there that are just like, hey, I want someone to edit these, not necessarily for profit, but just for fun. Take that opportunity, get their email, get them to send you the raw photo. Try not to get a JPEG, because that's what a lot of people do, and it's very annoying, but you can still work with it. But if they can send you a raw photo, edit it and do a lot to it and put a lot of effort into it, because number one, you're going to hopefully impress them. Number two, you can use that photo in your portfolio. And number three, you're building on a skill. So theoretically, you're killing three birds with one stone. And I know that's not the saying, but what you can do is just gain skills and experience and that's one way I have been kind of building my portfolio recently. Number two, and this is the one I did not think of, and it's such a no-brainer, but what that idea is to go onto a local community group like your state or whatever county you live in, and just ask in the group, is there anybody who wants car photos done? And it's to build my portfolio. I would suggest doing it for free. And if the person, what I've noticed is after a few car shoots I've done after doing this, is sometimes they'll donate, they'll give you like a 20 or whatever at the end of the shoot. So going out there, asking people if you can take car photos, you'd be surprised of how many people are willing. I gotten to do a 2021 Supra, a 2014 FRS, an Alfa Romeo, I'm not sure what year, but a Corvair, an older Impala. I got to do a BMW 325. I don't know how I almost completely forgot. I got to do a Shelby GT500, which, that was a good shoot. And doing all of this, I got all of these cars from just asking a community within where I live, just being like, yo, does anyone have cars I can take photos of? And that's exactly how I built my portfolio even more and expanded on my knowledge of car editing and car photography. So, in short, what I'm basically trying to say is join Facebook or whatever you can and find a group within your county or your state or your city and just try and find people. I was actually kind of surprised of how many people kind of wanted car photos. I guess the moral of this video is just ask. Put in a community that you want to take car photos, or you want to take wedding photos, or you want to take portrait photos. I am sure there's going to be multiple people, a lot of people, who want photos done of whatever it may be that you want to do, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who would want that. So, to end this video, I just want to say that that's a good way to build your portfolio. And while you could ask your friends, a lot of your friends probably don't have nicer cars to take photos of. So asking in a community where you don't know who's going to respond, don't know who's going to see it, you never know who's going to see it, and someone might have a McLaren or something. Speaking of which, I saw a McLaren driving down the road a couple weeks ago. Whoever owns that McLaren, I really wish they had answered my community post, but you know, it's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video. Sorry if it was a little bit awkward. I'm not really. It's been a while since I've talked in front of a camera, and it's like this video is kind of just brought up in my head, and I just thought of making a quick video. But yeah, so also hoping to get a GoPro soon, so expect some, like, I guess POV photo shoots whenever I do like interesting cars. I don't know if anyone who even watches this is interested in the whole photography part of this, but yeah, so anyway, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and do all that. So I'll see you in the next video. Alright, I'm done. Alright, so this is an idea I've had for a good while, and I'm very grateful if you're still listening to this video at this point. At this point, it's just a black screen and my voice, but I wanted to say I want to create a podcast, and I was kind of thinking about revolving it around experiences within photography, whether that be like weird experiences I've had while doing, like, I guess, street photography, or weird stuff that's just happened within photography or whatever, or like stories or whatever. And I've been thinking of doing a podcast for a very long time, maybe about 6 months now, and for right now, I guess this part of the video is the closest you're going to be getting to a podcast within at least maybe a month. But I just wanted to say that that is something I'm more than, I am very much interested in creating. Right now, it's just more of a, what am I going to talk about on each other podcast, because I only have so many ideas, and then I also have to think of a name for it. I have to think, how do I grow the involvement with it, how do I get more bigger audience, stuff like that, because obviously only so many people are going to listen to it within my family, mostly my mom. But I just wanted to bring that up within this video, that I wanted to create a podcast. So thank you for listening to this part of the video. I guess it's kind of like a quick little sample of what a podcast would sound like, I guess. But yeah, so yeah, that's just something I wanted to say, is that I want to start a podcast soon. So yeah, if you stayed to the end of this video and you're still here, I'm very grateful. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So thank you.